Hi, today I'd like to show you some of our fine quality blue spinel. I'm using an iPhone, by the way, and the only light we have available is the sun is kind of setting through a window in the background. And I want to show you no Photoshop, no BS. Oops, I want to show you the quality of our blue spinels. Now that is what they look like in natural light, and this is not very bright light. I should have started this when the sun was actually hitting them, but they're already displaying like top Ceylon colors, and when you get them in actual sunlight they just get more vibrant and beautiful. That particular one was a 5.11 carat Ceylon blue spinel, and now I'm going to show you a vivid blue that's 3.14. It's smaller, but it's in a pear cut. Look at that. This is one of the finer colors. It's kind of a vivid ash blue, so it's looking like almost like a cornflower blue sapphire. And like I said, we're not getting much sunlight through here, so that shows you that's a sign of a fine gem, is that it's not, might have my fingerprints now, but you can see how beautifully they're cut, and even in this lower light how gorgeous they are. And if you want to see the back, you can see, let me show you, they're not big chunky mine cut, they're cut faceted to where they're properly cut to where, you know, they'll reflect the light back towards the front of the stone. And I'm going to show you a great big one. This is a 5.06. And this one is more of the peacock blue that so many people enjoy. There we go. It's kind of got a little bit of sunlight hitting it now. Now there's no diffusion treatment, and we're not lighting it from behind. This is just from the front. I mean, this would be a great ring for a guy or a gal or a girl, excuse me, dude or a chick, or however you want to put it, a Mr. or a Ms. That's super high quality gem there. Here's one that I like a lot. It's 3.72 carats, and I'll tell you what color it is when I look at it. That is ash blue, and that is one of the more expensive colors because it looks like a cornflower blue sapphire. And the price on these, of course, has gone up dramatically, but I hoarded these things before people started getting wind of the fact that there happened to be an unusually large supply of fine stones in Sri Lanka. These were recut by one of the top cutters in Thailand, meaning that they lost a lot of weight, but by taking off all that bulky stuff in the back and fastening them properly, you end up with a good quality gem. Unlike these ugly cut things that you see out there, you get a beautiful cut, color, and clarity. And I'm telling you, these things are starting in price. They're starting to catch up with and pass sapphire. These are completely untreated. There's none of that cobalt diffusion, no heat, no treatment of any kind. They're cut out of the white boulder base stone after having to roll them down a mountain dangerously by hand. And look at that. Wow. That's a 3.28 carat. That's not a small stone. On TV, you look at, excuse me, you look at the gems on these gem TV shows, and they look gigantic because they're the size of a football when you're looking at them on your big TV, and you get them home and they're teeny tiny, even when they're in a ring. Just try to see the person's thumbnail when they're on TV and then look, and you'll be shocked when you start to do it that way. As you can see, it's been cut. It doesn't have a lot of weight on the bottom, which it shouldn't have. The weight is where it needs to be to disperse the color. There's a fingerprint, but there's no window. Take the fingerprint off, and you can see there's no window whatsoever in the stone. Still got the fingerprint on it though. Let's see. This is one of our really, really nice ones. This is 3.15 carat, and this is a royal blue. Uh, this is a Ceylon stone. And look at this color. I don't even care if my fingerprints on it. It's still going to be beautiful. We'll try to get them off. We'll give it an attempt. Look at that. I mean, wow. I want you to go shopping for Spinel on eBay, JTV, Gym Shopping Network, anywhere you want. And I want you to see if you can find a Spinel that looks like that. That rivals the color of any sapphire on earth. And that's beyond engagement ring quality. I mean, it is well, this one at this quality is probably a million times more rare than a diamond. But what a gem! What a gem! What a gem! I'm so glad I bought these. You know, everybody, they were there. They find them at the same place that they find the sapphire usually. And so people say, well, they're not sapphire, so, you know, we're going to keep them to the side. And they had their worst cutters cut them. And they didn't look so great, and they sat there, and all of a sudden I started buying a lot up, and it seems like after that the price started going up. Maybe I'm responsible for driving the price up. Look at that. I mean, wow. When this thing was recut, it was amazing. I mean, these are VVS clarity in most cases. There's a coonhound in the film behind you, but just ignore the dog. Look at that gem. Yes, hello to you too, dog. No, don't dare drop one. She eats anything that hits the floor. But again, that was 3.73. If you want to look it up by carat weight, you get more info on the stone. Here is a teal peacock blue, and this one is really what they call peacock. Look at that. That's that teal blue. And a lot of people just completely think this is the best color, and it is one of the more expensive colors. You got to beware because this is one that's fake. That color's faked a lot. So this is real. It has never been dyed. It's never been heated. It's never been treated. It's been cut from the rock. It was cut once and it was mined. Brought down, chipped. A boulder was chipped out of the side of the mountain, rolled down very dangerously to the bottom. It was taken to a cutter who carefully removes the spinel from the stone, and then they did a mine cut, and then it was sent from Sri Lanka to Thailand, where I had it recut, as I said, by a top cutter, and you end up with something that is this amazing. And in better light, that would even be more amazing, but I think that's pretty dang cool as it is. That one's 3.24 carat if you want to look them up online. Let me show you just a couple more. Let's see. Well, I'd definitely like to show you this one. This is another one that I have, and I believe this is the only other royal blue that I have. It's more of an elongated oval, but the color's pretty incredible. Nothing comes close to the one that I showed you earlier, obviously. But this is a very nice gem, and we're losing our light, so we're not getting the beautiful color that you can't see it like you could before. Maybe I'll start this earlier the next time I do it. But it is a beautiful, beautiful quality gem. There's the bottom. You can see how clear they are. It's VVS. Generally, you're going to get VS to VVS plus. One more time, and that one, unfortunately, you don't have as good a light, and the light's changing color behind me because the sun's starting to set. That one's 3.55 carat. And then we have this one at 2.73 carats. I'd like to show you. And that is, look at that. Like I said, if you want to look it up, it's 2.73. Now this is really an engagement ring size gem. And you can see how beautiful it picks up light even in the lower light. When you're shopping for blue spinel, you don't have to be satisfied with that crap that's out there. I'm sorry I bought the best spinel before all other people could get it. Even the gem shopping networks, I watched a whole show, and the first thing they said was, thanks to enhancement and cobalt diffusion treatment. Well, that told me right there, oh, well, thanks for telling me your gems are worth nothing. Because that's basically what they were saying. I mean, that's not words to impress. That's words to say, oh, this stone is worth, you took a gray, ugly spinel that nobody could sell, and you impregnated it with cobalt, which is naturally in a lot of the blue spinels, which is what gives it the blue color. There are other elements that do too, but cobalt's regularly seen in them, especially for the darker stones. You don't want them too dark because they'll look like dark sapphire. They don't have the value if they're dark, so dark blue that they look black. But as you can see, this is another beautiful stone. And that one's a 5.11 carat too, so we'll have to make sure if you like it, you get the right one. And I apologize, I know that they're not looking as good as they were when I started, but I'm losing sun by the moment. I also have one that's like over 8 carats, and you are welcome to see that one upon request, but I don't have it here in front of me right at the moment. But let me show you one more. I've got lots of spinel, but this one's pretty worth looking at. That is an amazing spinel. That's a big one, 5.06 carats. Let me get back here in the light. Yeah, let's see if I can get an ounce of light here. When I hold them, it creates dark spots in the stone because I block all the light coming through the side, but that gives you kind of an idea. And maybe like I said, maybe I'll do this at a better time of day next time. There's no flashlights on this. There's no backlight. There's just the light from the window on an iPhone. And we're not going to add any kind of film shopping. I'm sure they have a editing program like Photoshop. Well, A, I don't know how to use it. And B, I won't. So you'll see it just like it's supposed to look. Well, that's an idea of what really nice quality blue spinel, some of the finest on earth, should look like. Now, compare that. And look for inclusions. Spin the stone around if you go there and look at it. Look at all angles, because you're going to see that most people's stones are not this clean. A lot are treated. And if you want really high quality stones, I'm your guy. ChateauPeridot.com. ChateauPeridot.com.